stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride, your way.
Good afternoon and welcome to News Across Nigeria on Som TV. We are broadcasting from Jalingo, Taraba State. Stay ahead by following us on Facebook at Som TV and subscribing to our YouTube channels at Som TV Live for live updates. And now, let the top headlines begin. Niger State Governor Mohammed Umaru Bago dissolves State Executive Council. Office of the National Security Advisor rejects Nasir El-Rufai claims on federal government paying ransom to bandits. Adamawa State Police recover stolen vehicles, arrest suspects. I am Bridget James and now the news in full. Governor Kefers has signed into law a bill establishing the Taraba State Commission and the Taraba Youth Development Agency. The ceremony took place at the Government House in Jalingo, reflecting the administration's commitment to youth empowerment and sports development. The agencies will design policies to promote sports, identify talents, and engage young people through vocational training, skill acquisition, and entrepreneurship programs. Governor Kefas expressed confidence that the initiative will reduce youth unemployment, strengthen social cohesion, and position Taraba as a center for sporting excellence. The move has been welcomed by sports enthusiasts, youth leaders, and civil society groups. Niger State Governor Mohammed Umaru Bago has dissolved the State Executive Council. The announcement was made during a council meeting at the council chambers in Mina on Monday morning. Governor Bako expressed appreciation for the contributions of the ongoing commissioners and wished them success in their future endeavors. However, he retrained key principal officers, including the Secretary to the State Government, the Chief of Staff, and the Deputy Chief of Staff. In a related note on governance and national security, the Office of the National Security Advisor has rejected former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai claim that the federal government pays ransom or offers incentive to bandits. ONSA spokesperson Zachary Mijiawa described the allegation as baseless, emphasizing that no government agency engages in such practices and that Nigerians have been consistently warned against paying ransom. He highlighted the government's dual approach of military operations and community engagements, noting successes in capturing or neutralizing notorious bandits in Kaduna. Mijiawa urged political actors to avoid politicizing national security, stressing that combating banditry is a collective effort and not for partisans' point scoring. Meanwhile, Adamawa State Police have recovered 2 stolen vehicles and arrested Musa Sule for allegedly stealing them. The arrest followed credible intelligence in Hong local government area, with Sule found in possession of a Toyota Starlet belonging to Babawa Abubakar and another green Toyota Starlet without proper documentation at Jambutu Motor Park, Yola North. Police spokesperson SP Suleiman Yaya, he confirmed the suspect's confessions. The Commissioner of Police CP Dankombo Morris has ordered the case transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department for further investigation. The public was urged to provide timely information on suspicious activities, and the suspects will face court proceedings upon completion of investigation. On public health and community welfare, the Sindani Group has vaccinated 238,158 people between January and June 2025 under its Saving Lives and Livelihoods project, activating 517 health facilities to deliver integrated services. Over 3,500 Hajj pilgrims also received multiple antigens during this period. The group invested in training frontline healthcare workers and launched initiatives such as the City Light and Livelihoods 2 project and the Spark Nigeria project to strengthen primary healthcare, pandemic preparedness, and disease surveillance. In partnership with the US CDC, more than 13,000 under 5 children in Niger State were vaccinated. And Sindani also advanced health research and digital agriculture solution across 6 states, aiming to transform system and lives. Similarly, the Medical Women's Association of Nigeria, in partnership with the Clinton Health Access Initiative and other collaborators, provided free medical and surgical services to over 1,000 residents of Zaria, Kaduna State. The outreach, held at the Emir of Zazzau's Palace, coincided with MWAN's 24th National Conference and scientific meetings. Services included minor surgeries, cervical screening, radiology, dental and eye care, and donations of corrective glasses. Dr. Aisha Mustafa, MWAN Kaduna President, emphasized giving back to the community, while Emir Ahmed Nuhu Bamali lauded the initiative for bringing essential healthcare closer to his people, highlighting its impact on local well-being. Complementing this initiative, the Nikki Odezu Foundation provided free medical screening to over 1,000 residents of Penkasa FCT, marking its 4th anniversary. Founder Nkeruka Antonia Odezu, she said the initiative aimed to offer quality health care to undeserved communities, addressing challenges in rural areas. Services included diagnosis, treatment, and provision of medication, with doctors documenting conditions for future planning. Though focused on women and children, the foundation assisted all in need. Udezo stressed transparency, accountability, and personal funding for the foundation, urging other organizations to support rural healthcare. The outreach, aided by local leaders and religious institutions, was deemed a major success. Turning to education, the federal government has completed a comprehensive review of curricula for basic, senior secondary, and technical education to reduce overload and improve learning outcomes. Announcing on behalf of the Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Tanji Alausa, the Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaiba Shahid Ahmed, says the revision was carried out with the Nigerian Educational Research and Development Council, Universal Basic Education Commission, Nigerian Supreme School Examination Council, and National Board for Technical Education, and other stakeholders. The new framework, effective 2025 to 2026, limits subjects primary 1 to 3, 9 to 10, primary 4 to 6, 10 to 12, junior secondary 12 to 14, and senior secondary 8 to 9, technical schools 9 to 11, balancing practical learning with reduced content overload. In cultural and literacy recognition, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, Nobel laureate Ho Soyinka, and other Nigerians honored the late poet Christopher Okingbo in Abuja, celebrated his legacy as a leading Anglophone African modernist. The event themed the importance of Christopher Okingbo's nomination into the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organizations, memory of the World Register and its impact on Nigerians' cultural heritage and literacy history, recognized his literacy contributions, and the UNESCO inscribed Okingbo's work into the memory of the World Register in 2007, highlighting his blend of Western literacy mastery with Igbo mythology speakers, including the Christopher Ogigbo Foundation and government officials. They emphasized preserving his work for future generations, acknowledging his enduring global and national influence on African literature. On infrastructural and economic development, Bauchi State has reaffirmed its commitment to advancing agricultural initiatives for self-sufficiency and economic growth. Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Ilyasu Aliyu Getao, highlighted achievements including allocating 1,000 of 10,000 recruitment slots to agriculture, purchasing 80 tractors, training 1,000 youths, and allocating 54,000 hectares of Lem Rural Game Reserve to Tiamnin Rice Mill. The government also distributed 25,000 tree crop seedlings, approved 23,809 metric tons of liquid fertilizer, and partnered with OCP African Morocco for a 3-year soil mapping project. Plans to construct dams and boreholes aim to expand irrigation, support dry season farming, and strengthen food security across the state. In renewable energy and social development, Jigawa State Governor Malam Umar Namadi inaugurated a 10-megawatt solar mini-grid in Kafin Hausa local government area at the Bagaja Renewable Power Plant. The project, implemented in partnership with KEDCO and Future Energies Africa, in the state first solar mini-grid and aim to boost social and economic development through sustainable power supply. The 500 kWp solar hybrid plant features a 3.5 kilometer and 33 kV distribution line, the transformers and supporting infrastructure. Governor Namadi highlighted plans for additional mid-grid projects in Hadejia, Gumel, Hazara, Rigim, and Dusay, including a 100 megawatts public-private partnership initiative, emphasizing the state's commitment to improving citizens' socio-economic well-being. In a related sector, Keystone Bank Limited has partnered with the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry to launch the MSME Mini Business Boot Camp, aimed at empowering entrepreneurs and strengthening small businesses across Nigeria. The initiative, formalized through a Memorandum of Understanding signed on August 28, 2025, provides hands-on training, mentorship, and access to critical resources for MSMEs. Keystone Bank executive highlighted the program's focus on capacity building and bridging knowledge gaps, while LCCI described it as a catalyst for entrepreneurial growth and economic competitiveness. The partnership reinforces the bank's commitment to financial inclusion, enterprise development, and sustainable national economic growth. On the national leadership front, President Bola Tinubu has reiterated his commitment to serving all Nigerians equitably, and emphasizing that his administration prioritizes fairness and inclusive development nationwide. In a post on his verified X account, he highlighted ongoing projects including the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, Sokoto-Badagry Superhighway, Port Harcourt-Maiduguri Rail Line, and the Abuja-Kaduna-Kano Expressway, describing them as national assets rather than regional trophies. Tinubu also cited investments in healthcare, power, bridges, and the AKK gas pipeline as evidence of balanced development. He assured that no Nigerian or region is left behind, stressing that his Equity of Renewed Hope agenda aims to benefit all citizens. Complementing Nigeria's defense strategy, the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, reaffirms the Nigerian Air Force's commitment to global defense and partnership during a working visit to China from 24 to 30th August 2025. The delegation inspected key aerospace facilities, including Harbin Aircraft Company and the Chengdu Aircraft Company, engaging with manufacturers and exploring technology transfer, industrial cooperation, and fleet modernization. Abubakar highlighted the strategic importance of unmanned aerial system for surveillance and counter-terrorism operations, meeting with top aviation firms, including CATIC, secured agreements on spare parts, the training, and after-sales support. The visit underscores NAV driven to enhance operational effectiveness through international collaboration. We'll be right back after a short commercial break. Stay tuned as we still have exciting stories still ahead. Please don't go away.
Ladies and gentlemen, queens and kings of purpose, welcome to the Taraba Human Rights International Film Festival 2025, where nearly 100 powerful minds, dreamers, doers, and defenders of humanity will be gathered at Taraba 2025. And I say to them, welcome to the spark before the wildfire and to the heartbeat of a legacy. Prince Homsuk Alex Jibrin is my name. I am the greatest grandson to the 23rd Longwo, third son to the Kanai of the Ko Chiefdom, and a true prince to the House of Mamen. At Tarif, we will not only be telling stories, but we will be reviving the very soul of the people through film. In September 2025, Taraba will rise again as we invite you to experience, explore, and invest in the greatest epic film ever in the Kumbo Legacy Workshop. And this is where ancient tradition will meet with modern transformation. Because at Tarif, we shall be celebrating the strength, wisdom, and heritage of the greatest empire that has ever existed in West African history. And tomorrow, we shall immortalize it in art, film, and in fire. So storytellers, stand tall. The legacy is calling. Will you answer? Welcome to Tarif 2025. Let the revolution begin.
Glad to have you back. Meanwhile, Ambassador Rikwenso Mure, president of the STYCOP Peace Project, commented on regional governance, noting that the Northeast Governors Forum, which met in Jalingo, Taraba State on August 30, 2025, showcased unity among the governors of Adamawa, Bauchi, Borno, Gombe, Taraba, and Yobe. However, he emphasized that while the communique touched on security, flooding, agriculture, education, and energy, it largely ignored the pressing realities of Taraba State, including collapsed bridges, deteriorating roads, rising floods, and local government paralysis. Muri stressed that symbolic gesture and regional trade fair are insufficient and called for concrete action, insisting that the Northeast now needs governance, not mere rhetoric. In the Niger Delta, leaders of Ibonne local government area in Akwa Ibom State, they have urged Governor Omo Eno to prevent further conflict over the disputed Stop Creek forest, claimed by the neighboring Ekit ethnic group. The Ekit People Union, led by Dr. Samuel Odonsag, insists the land, renamed Adenkang Ekit, is ancestral, responding Ebeno leaders under the Olok Progressive Assembly said Snob Creek is Ebeno's ancestral land, hosting strategic assets like the Kwa Bo Terminal and BUA refinery. They describe Ekit claim as fraudulent, warn against interference, and affirms their readiness to defend their land, emphasizing that the Stop Creek belongs to Ebeno, yesterday, today, and forever. In political development, stakeholders from Enugu East Senatorial Zone have endorsed Governor Peter Ndubisi Mba as their sole candidate for the 2027 governorship election. The group, comprising political leaders, professionals, youth and women leaders, traditional rulers, and union heads, cited Mba's infrastructural achievements across sectors as evidence of his leadership capacity. Chijoke Idega of the People's Democratic Party and Dr. Ben Ngoye, former Enugu APC chairman, led the motion. A communique read by Chief Oke Ogbodo emphasized that the endorsement transcends party lines and called on residents of Enugu North and West to reciprocate the support in line with the state's zoning arrangements. That is the end of this powerful edition of News Across Nigeria on Som TV. Stay tuned for more exciting programs only on Som TV. Follow us on Facebook at Som TV and subscribe to our YouTube channels at Som TV Live for breaking news and exclusive content. I am Bridget James. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night?